Welcome back.
Hey, folks.
Howdy, howdy. Okay, today I'm going to read a post that was in our Facebook group.
All right.
And I want your feedback, and then I want to give my feedback. Or, you know me, I'll probably just interject like I always do. But I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to read it, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
It says, long-time member, first-time posting. I'm not sure how to handle this one. My fiance and I heavily nacho each other's children. He has 3. Girls are 9 and 12. Son is 16. I have 2. Boys 12 and 14. We live together and have mostly separate finances. His girls and my boys are with us full-time. His son is scheduled, quote, quote, to be here every other weekend, though it's super flexible because of his age. All of the kids get along for the most part. This time of year, especially this year, is causing a lot of household stress. He makes more money than I do, which usually isn't a problem. However, this year, my 12-year-old had some mental health issues and some needed treatment, and medications were not covered by insurance. I wound up spending what I would have used for Christmas and more during the past 4 months. I asked him if he could help, but he spent about $2,500 on his kids, which he has every right to, of course. So he was unable, and from the tone, unwilling, I'm guessing to help, because she left that part out. I had tried to sign up for charity programs such as Angel Tree and churches, but I was past the deadline. Our usual Christmas morning is us and the 4 kids opening presents. How do I explain to my boys that they will be watching his kids open gifts this year? I have no family at all or friends anywhere close since we have recently moved, so leaving for the day or even the morning really isn't an option. Should I ask him again for help? I am glad his kids are going to have a good Christmas. I don't want my kids to feel some type of way and ruin their day. How do you handle holidays while not showing?
And they said their finances are separate or together?
Mostly separate.
Mostly separate. Yeah. Well, the question you ask is, should you ask? The question you ask is, should you ask for help again? I would say yes. That maybe there's some speculation there. Like maybe he doesn't understand the full picture that you're painting. So if you went to him the first time and said, "Hey, can you help me out because I don't have any money?" That
no, I spent all this money on my kids.
Right. That's a little different than, hey, this is the situation I'm in. Like I have nothing. I can give them. I don't know. Personally, my feeling has always been that Lori and I are a team, and therefore we keep finances together and we address everything as a team. It doesn't mean that costs haven't come up, that sometimes my kids are carrying more cost, sometimes her kids carrying more cost, and we've always had to navigate that and sit down together and say, what are we going to do? How are we going to pay for this? Is the exes involved in paying any of this part of it? Because there was a time frame where my ex wasn't pitching in anything that she was supposed to be paying for medical and dental and things like that. And so we had to do all that. And she was supposed to be, but she wasn't. We had to pay for it. And it just, for us, it's just always been, we have to work together to do these things.
Okay.
Whether we're not showing the kids or not, it's, that's just the way we've always done it.
Well, I replied because somebody tagged me.
Okay.
And said, what would Lori say?
What would Lori say?
What would Lori say? And hang on, let me find my reply. Dun, 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 dun. I'm somewhere in here. This one got a lot of traction.
Oh, I'm sure. And while you're looking for that, I'll say the other end of the conversation could be that, if you guys weren't together, you're handling everything as a separate family anyway, then you just wouldn't have the money. No different than if the neighbor's kids got Christmas and your kids didn't. So, and you chose to keep your money separate. you could argue that that's the results.
Okay.
All right.
This was my reply.
What is your reply?
And I'm going to read a few more replies, right?
Okay.
Because I think I took it as many other people took it, that he knows her situation
Okay.
of this money that I spent for mental health and stuff was the kids' Christmas money.
Yeah. But I would look at it as I'm helping you, not helping the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not buying your kid something. I'm helping you.
Right.
But anyway, go ahead.
So I said, wow, this breaks my heart in so many ways. This has to do with the relationship between you and your partner, not nachoing. Nachoing would be him not buying your kids things, not him unwillingly helping you to be able to buy your kids things.
Right.
You never intentionally hurt another child's feelings, and his kids opening up their gifts while yours have none or significantly less would definitely hurt your kids' feelings.
Yeah.
We sort of kind of talked about this on a podcast recently because we talked about how my grandma was unfair, or the situation where she would buy Dawn, 50 things and me one. But I told him we were going to do the podcast on this. And I said, for your mental health and your kids' mental health, please do not let your kids sit there and watch his kids open $2,500 worth of presents. Find somewhere to go. Don't sit there front and center to such disparity.
100%. Yeah, don't do that.
And then I said, this is not nachoing. This is wrong on so many levels.
Yeah. If he's not helping and he's saying that I'm not helping because I'm not helping you buy something for your kids, then he's looking at this wrong.
Well, some people said, tell him to take some of his kids' gifts back and, split the money between all the kids. I don't agree with that.
No.
Because that's going to cause more resentment.
Right.
That's because it's going to be, well, you aren't good with your money. Not saying she's not good with her money, but just we know how this goes.
If you've got an emergency situation came up and you had to go through a bunch of money for medical reasons, it don't take long to burn through it.
Right. And some people were like, $2,500, that's excessive. But that's irrelevant.
Yeah, that's not, it depends.
Well,
right.
But to me, that's irrelevant. Whether it's $500 these kids are opening or $2,500, her kids at this point have nothing.
Right.
Nothing. Zilch. And we even talked about this, how when one of your kids came back from Japan, because he was in the military, Mama had apparently saved up, Christmas gifts for them. So for 30 minutes, it was let's watch these kids open their presents.
Yeah, because they had 3 years worth of presents in there.
But you could see on everybody's face, it was like, what in the world are you doing?
Yeah.
That shouldn't have been done publicly.
Right.
Or in a group.
Well, yeah. And because in this case, it was, our family would sit around and like everybody would open up individual presents. And it's like, come on.
Yeah. Well, and it does. It makes you feel weird. Like, okay, this is the whatever and whatever show.
Yeah. It would make me feel weird being the one opening up like that many presents in front of everybody.
Right. Exactly. Some people, of course, said they want her kids' wish list.
Oh, wow.
And they're like, PM me the list. I can't help much, but I want to help you.
Wow. That's amazing.
Several people did that. And it kind of puts me in a weird situation, though, because I hear you in the back of my head. Once you allow that to happen, it's going to continue to happen. But I didn't ask them to give this girl money, or buy gifts.
Yeah.
If they choose to do that on their own, that's different. I'm not making a post saying, please contribute to this person.
Right.
Because if I was going to do that, I would have also made a post a couple of weeks ago when a stepmom coach that I know, her husband died abruptly. I would have made a post there saying, if you can donate to this GoFundMe. It touches my heart that people stepped up and were like, I want to help you.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. It's very different when people step in and say, I want to help versus somebody coming in and saying, I won't help.
Or asking. Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that people shouldn't ask for help. It just means that it's just very different. And people are so skeptical.
Got my disease.
I know. They're so skeptical because so many people out there are taking advantage of other people.
Yep.
And it's very unfortunate that those who need help can't get help because of that.
Well, that's like the whole Australian thing where those people got killed.
Mm-hmm.
The fruit stand owner that tackled one of the gunmen.
Uh-huh.
I saw that there was a GoFundMe for him. They'd raised like $2 million for this guy, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 200,000. Anyway,
a bunch of money.
They raised a bunch of money for this guy. But then I saw another one for him. And I'm like,
Yeah. Anytime you have situations like that, you're going to have scammers come out of the woodwork.
Yep.
Any tragedy, scammers come out of the woodwork. And also this time of year, scammers come out of the woodwork.
Yep.
I used to see it years ago when I was a member of a smaller church. This time of year, so many people walk into that church, never seen them before, needing money, don't have Christmas, whole 9 yards. And it's like, but are they really, or are they just trying to take advantage of you?
Well, and the way that I look at it, as you have to go with what God lays on your heart.
Mm-hmm.
If God lays it on my heart to help somebody, then I do it. And if I give that person $20 and they decide to go to the liquor store, that's what they decided to do.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I felt I needed to do.
Yep.
I'm doing what I felt was right.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you know me, I've been worried about these kids.
Yeah.
I'm like,
hey, what are you going to do when they're opening up $5,000 worth of gifts?
Yeah, this is horrible, but wouldn't that be funny if, this woman got like $20,000 worth of gifts for her kids? And
I would hope she wouldn't accept that much.
Well, I hope she wouldn't put his kids in that situation.
Right. Yeah. Like, let me show you something.
Right.
Yeah. 2 wrongs don't make it right.
Mm-hmm.
But
I feel like even if you and I had our finances different, and you said it from the beginning, this is about our relationship.
Yeah. I have always felt that how you treat money is a very visible outside indicator of your internal condition.
Okay.
And me trusting our money together, this is just my opinion, so you can disagree all you want. It's fine. But me and you putting our money together is a symbol of our internal commitment. Like if I can commit to putting money together, then that shows outwardly that my internal commitment is that we're together. We're facing everything as a team, even down to the finances, because that's the touchy subject, right? Like money. And hey, this is coming from a guy
it was burned.
Yeah.
In a previous relationship. That's all we're going to say.
Yeah, there you go. Was burned severely in a previous relationship.
Like you of all people would have been like, no, we're keeping our money separate.
And it crossed my mind. Like maybe I don't want to do that next time. But it's not fair to you. You're not paying for the person before.
Well, and here's the thing. Throughout our relationship of 15 years, 16. Wow. Being married.
Give me all the credit I can get.
16 years, 2 months, and 7 days. There have been times where you've picked up the slack. There's been times where I've picked up the slack.
Yeah. I had a motorcycle accident years ago, and for 5 months, I was out of work.
And I picked up the slack.
You sure did.
And then there was a situation where there was a layoff at the company I worked for, and you picked up the slack.
Yep.
And to me, that's what a team does. And I can see people, they draw that hard Nacho line. No, it has to do with your kids, so I'm Nachoing it. But that's not what this is. This isn't about the kids per se, as much as it is.
This is about their relationship.
Right.
Because if he doesn't step up, that's going to damage their relationship.
Oh, several people told her to leave. You know that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's definitely a turning point. If he helps, it's going to be something that will will be good for their relationship. If he doesn't help, it's going to be bad for their relationship, and it could end their relationship.
Several people said my partner would never let this happen, and nor would I.
Yeah, I don't think I would either. And that's why I started my response with maybe he doesn't understand the gravity of it. Mm-hmm. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Sir, I'm going to shake my microphone. Sir, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Mm-hmm. You can't be that hard and cruel.
Well, when somebody said this is the flip side to nachoing, no, it's not.
Flip side. No. So they're trying to say this is the downside of nachoing. No, this is not. This has nothing to do with nachoing at all. If anything, this has to do with,
because they could not nacho each other's kids and still keep finances separate.
Absolutely.
And still be in the same boat.
Yeah. This just happens. It has to do with keeping finances separate. I know people that are married and have biological children together and they keep their finances separately and they run into things like this. Mm-hmm. Now, certainly not when it's necessarily kids together, but it's other stuff like my car's broke down. Sorry. That's your car. You pay for it with your money. You can't get to work. Ain't my problem. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Are you guys married? Mm-hmm. Doesn't make sense to me.
Now, there was one couple that we coached, and she made a lot more money than he did. Mm-hmm. I remember she was doing trips with her kids. Like, they would go to Paris for the weekend.
Yeah.
And he couldn't afford to do that with his kids.
Right.
The thing is, if you can afford to do it with your kids, that's fine, but you don't rub it in the other kid's face, right?
Yeah. I mean, those are areas that you need to have some serious conversations about, because on the one hand, is it fair to this lady who's making significantly more money than her spouse? Is it fair for her to not do those things with her kids?
Or have to pay for the other kids.
Or have to pay for the other kids. Mm-hmm. Where is it? There's no necessarily right or wrong. Yeah, there's definitely a right or wrong. There's a big area of what you can do, right? Mm-hmm. You just have to figure out what is going to work for you and agree to that.
Right. And one suggestion we made to that couple was, Dad, you can take your kids hiking somewhere while she's taking her kids to Paris.
Who's to say that his kids even want to go to Paris?
Right.
But
just saying.
Right. You have to figure out what's going to work for you. And what's not going to cause resentment between you and your significant other and the kids. Because you don't want the kids to hate each other because of resentment.
And could you imagine being these kids? Mm-hmm. Christmas morning, they wake up, they go downstairs, they might have a $5 gift, just say. And their step-siblings have all these gifts. I'd be like, what in the world?
Yeah, you're on a naughty list this year.
Not only are they going to be mad at the step-siblings, because jealousy and madness come together, right?
Yep.
They're going to be upset with the step-parent.
I mean, you don't even know how the kid that gets the $2,500 worth of stuff would feel.
Right.
Like, they may feel bad as well.
But now you had a good point. If she was single, mm-hmm. her kids wouldn't get anything.
Right. But she's not.
Well, but often, and you say it too, when it comes to caring for the stepkids, it's, well, if you weren't with him, what would he do? Mm-hmm. So
that's what I'm saying is there's a lot of different ways you can take this, and I've already laid all that out. You could say, it's fine. Y'all decided to keep your finances separate. That's the result of that. But I think what she's saying is basically like, hey, can you loan me some money?
Yeah. Or that was somebody else said, you shouldn't even have to ask your husband to loan money to you or your partner.
Give me a grant or something like that. So I don't know. People are very, protective of their money, and sometimes for good reason. But I truly believe it is very much an outside indicator of who you are internally. Mm-hmm. That's just how I believe. It's like people will tell you, if you ever want to know somebody, just simply look at their checkbook. Look at how they spend their money, and that'll tell you everything you need to know about the person, what's important to them, what their likes are.
Amazon.
Everything. If you want to know somebody, all you got to do is look at what they're spending their money on. That's it. It is a visible outside indicator of who they are.
And I feel like as an outsider, my heart goes out to this woman and her kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy for me to go, if your partner, your fiance, isn't willing to help you, and these strangers are, he's a piece of doo-doo. It's easy to say that, but we don't know the whole story.
No, we don't.
We know a post.
Yep. And that's always the challenge, is we don't.
Now, we have seen it too, where somebody may be like that, and then the tables turn. And it's, the other person now is in need of help. And they're like, oh, no, you didn't help me, buddy. You on your own.
Yeah. Well, if we take everything for face value as being honest and true and all this kind of stuff.
Which we are.
Yeah, and we are. Yeah. Then my feeling is that this guy's putting himself and his relationship with her in a very, very dangerous place by not helping.
Mm-hmm. Now, what if he can't help, David? So say that he had $5,000 or $7,500, whatever, because he's got 3 kids.
Right.
And he said, I'm going to spend $7,500, regardless of what we think about the amount.
Right.
This is what I'm going to spend on my kids.
Yep.
And he spent it on his kids.
And it's gone.
It's gone.
Then, I mean, it's not, let's just say he spent all his money and she spent all her money. It just so happened that he spent money on Christmas, she spent money on medical.
Right.
Right? But they're both at 0. Mm-hmm. Then now it is not reasonable for her to say, give me some money to help me, because you don't have any either.
Right.
So what are you going to do at that point?
That's what I'm asking you.
I mean, that's from a couple standpoint, that's what that couple needs to figure out. Would I take some of my kids' stuff back, as one person suggested? If that's the only way to do it, I probably would.
Yeah.
Now,
I would. Or find another way. Like maybe, I don't know. Okay, I'll be honest with you. When there were times as a single mom that I didn't have money to buy my kid Christmas, I sold stuff.
Right.
I sold jewelry that I had that I didn't want to, but I didn't want my kid to not have anything for Christmas either.
Right.
Now, of course, I didn't like go and spend an abundant amount on him, but I wanted to be able to give him something.
Yeah. So so he's spending $2,500 across how many kids? So what is the per kid price?
I think it was $2,500 a kid.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't know. See, we might be reading that wrong too.
I thought it was across all.
But he spent about $2,500 on his kids. Yeah. Okay. So if it's $2,500 between 3 kids.
All right. So whatever that number is. So
$800. $833.
So I'm assuming she's trying to also spend about the same amount, is what she would be trying to do. And she's got how many kids?
2.
So let's just say $1,600. So what can you do and or sell or whatever that's going to bring you in $1,600? What are your other options?
One of the other kids.
Yeah. I mean, that's
a lot of money to try to bring in.
It is, but this is what we do with people all the time. Even my own kids and stuff, when things come up, it's like, what are your other options? Mm-hmm. Like, don't come running to me for money. And this is what I tell my kids. Like, don't come running for me to money until you've exhausted your other options. But I will help you figure out what those other options are.
Right.
And oftentimes the other options is, I got stuff around the house you can do for money.
Mm-hmm. And we might pay them more than we would somebody else to do it.
Right. But it's, that's the thing. Like, you have more than just that one option. It might not be a great option, but you have other options.
Right.
What I don't want people to do is, well, let me just put it on a credit card.
Now, that was something I was going to bring up, because that's the suggestion.
Yeah.
Several people said take out a loan.
Right.
Several people said put it on a credit card.
And that is an option. That is definitely an option. I think it's a bad option, but it's an option, because if you can't pay for it now, then how are you going to pay the credit card bill when it comes in?
Right.
What you're going to do is you're going to carry that debt for however many months, and that $1,600 is going to turn into $2,600. Then it's going to turn into $3,600. And then who knows?
Right.
So I am very much against borrowing for Christmas. Very much against it.
Or going in debt for Christmas.
But is it an option? Absolutely it is. So I would sit down and I would say, I have a problem. I need to have X number of dollars to buy these gifts. What are my options? I would literally list them out. A, B, C, D, whatever. I don't care how bad they are. I would list them out, and then I'd figure out what.
Or how unrealistic they are.
Because here's the thing I would do often, and I would say, okay, my kids want A, B, and C for Christmas. Where else can I potentially find A, B, and C without paying full price for it? That's another thing you could potentially do. There's options out there. But regardless of all that, is it going to put this relationship in jeopardy? Absolutely, it will.
Well, and then one person said something, or maybe the poster said, or should I just tell my kids, I don't have any money. I can't buy you any Christmas this year. And somebody commented and said, but then the child with the mental health issues,
it's going to feel like they're responsible.
Right.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, I didn't get anything because I got mental health issues. Or my brother didn't get anything because I have mental health issues.
Yeah. The other thing is, what if, and I'm spitballing here, what if you can push, quote unquote, Christmas, push it back a couple of months.
To June.
Like, yeah. Do you have the ability to say, we can't do Christmas right now because of whatever you want to tell them, but we're going to do it in March. I just got some things I got to get done, whatever. And can you do that? Is that an option? Again, what are all the options? Think about all the options at your disposal.
Right. But even if that was the option of that they chose of, okay, kids, we had some things come up. I'm not going to be able to buy Christmas this year. So I'll give you your Christmas presents in March.
Yeah.
Still don't put them in there while the other kid opens their presents.
Don't do that. And that doesn't have, the other kids aren't part of this equation, really.
Well, they are.
Yeah, but what they're getting is not part of that equation. So what I'm saying is,
if the other kids weren't in the picture, she may be more apt to tell the kids, hey, I can't do anything. You're going to have to wait, and it not be a big deal. But it's the fact that these other kids are getting so much that doesn't, it
doesn't help.
That makes it worse.
For sure. So there you go. We've given you a lot of options. I don't know if you hear this before Christmas, but
yeah, I'm going to release it Friday.
Okay.
So 5 days or 6 days before Christmas.
Yeah. But think about all that. And if people want to help you, fantastic. I would hope that, this is always my fear, I would hope that if you get an abundance of help, that you cut it off at some point.
Well, and one person said that they had received a blessing and they were wanting to pay it forward, and they would consider it a blessing to help her.
Yeah. And that's, kids. If people do that for you, then be thankful. Make sure they understand they're appreciated. But if here's my thing, and this is just my conviction. If I need $1,600, just to put a number on it,
don't let people give you $5,000.
Exactly. I can't do that. Once I've got my $1,600, it's like, I'm thank you, but I don't need any more help. I've got it.
Right.
I appreciate it. Don't have people giving you, you walking around with $100,000 because, I personally think I can't do it. Not me, but that's me.
Right.
So anyway.
Again, I am very touched by all of the people that offered to help this lady. And if you do decide to help somebody that you see on Facebook or whatever, a GoFundMe thing, just be cautious, because I can't tell you that this is 100% true.
Right.
David can't tell you this is 100% true. You have to go with where your heart leads you.
Yeah. And if you're being generous, it's at some point you will always get taken advantage of.
True.
I shouldn't say always, but most likely you will. But don't let that stop your generosity. Just understand it comes with the territory.
Yeah. All right.
That's it. thanks, folks. And I guess this is it before Christmas. So Merry Christmas.
Merry ho ho to you.
Yeah. Happy Hanukkah and all the other things.
All right. And we will see you next week.
Yep. Until then, remember, life is good.
When you nacho.